Welcome to my YouTube channel AI Hack by AK. In this particular video tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate a very useful functionality of Scikit-learn, which is called the column transformer and um, pipelines, and also the functional transformer. So basically, what happens is that whenever we use data frame in analyzing the data, we do a lot of transformation on the columns. So, so for example, uh, we do one hot encoding for the categorical variables. We do log transformation for the numerical variables. We do missing value imputation on all the columns if there are any missing values. We might also do the PCA transformation and etc. etc. So what happens is that while doing all these transformation, we basically do a lot of code repetition. So for example, like if you are doing the column transformation on a particular column, then you do the missing imputation, and then you do the one hot encoding or uh, mm, or for example you know scaling the variables, etc., etc., etc. So this column transformer with the pipelines, it basically reduces your code, and your code looks a lot cleaner and very easily readable. Okay, so let's start with it. So for that, you have to import the sklearn.compose from import column transformer. So, and also you have to import the pipelines, and rest of the things I have imported because I will be demonstrating it. So basically these two we will be using here. So I'll just import the dataset, and I am using the Titanic dataset here. So I'm just getting the Titanic dataset, and then there are X and Y variables in it. So you can see here, we will take we'll see the what is the head of Titanic dataset. So you can see there are a number of classes, names, sex, fields, etc., which is usually what we see in the Titanic dataset. And so this is again importing. So what is the column transformation? So this basically this estimator allows different columns or column subset of the input to be transformed separately, and the features generated by each transformer will be concatenated to form a single feature space. So basically what it is telling is that you give the features in a pipeline. Sorry, you just set up the pipeline, and then you give all those features to the column transformation, column transformer, and then it will do all the processing that you have uh, given in the pipeline, and then it concatenate all the features to give you a single data frame. So if you can see here, the first step here is that you select your categorical and continuous feature, because we basically do a different transformation for both categorical and continuous. So what I have selected the numeric feature in the data set like age and fair separately, and then categorical features I have selected here. Now you have to create a pipeline. So pipeline basically tells you what you want to do, different things that you want to apply in a data set. So what here I'm doing is that I have created a continuous pipeline object, and here you have to give the pipeline that we have imported earlier, and within this you have to give it in a list. If you can see here, this is a list, and within the list you have to give what you want to do. So for example, I'm giving the impute is the name which has to be given in a name. Okay, and then you have to give the what you want to do. So So I'm basically doing a simple imputer, which I have imported before. So I want to impute the continuous features with the mean, and then after that I will go for the scaling of those variables. So here I've given the name as an scale, and then the standard scalar that I have imported here, right? So this is done for my continuous pipeline. So all the continuous features which I have taken here will go through this pipeline. So these are imputed first with the mean, and then after that they have been scaled. Same thing I have done for the categorical feature here. So I've created a pipeline using the uh, pipeline method, and it will again do the imputation for those categorical feature. So the most frequent features, if it is um, there is a missing value, it will get imputed with the most frequent values in that particular column, and after that it will be one hot encoded. So unknown values will be ignored. So I have given three categorical features here: embarked, sex, and P class. So all these features will go here. Now I will apply the the transformer, column transformer here. So the method of giving is that you have to give the list of name, then the what are the transformer you are going to apply, and then you have to give the column names. So that these three things I have uh, so for example, you can see it here. So the tuples is specifying the transformer object to be applied to the subset of the data. So the column transformer, you have to write it here, and then you have to give the name. So then you have to give the name, and then pipeline name, and then feature, right? So if you can see here, I have created a, so let me just run it first. So, okay. Now I'm giving the column transformation here. Now I'm giving the name of the pipeline as continuous. Uh, then I'm giving the pipeline here. So pipeline for continuous, the name of that pipeline is continuous pipeline. So continuous pipeline I'm giving here. And then my feature name is numeric feature. So numeric feature I'm giving here. Same thing, I'm giving the name of the for the categorical features. I'm giving the name cat, and then my pipeline here is the categorical pipeline, and the name of my features are stored in the categorical features here. And then remainder is I'm giving it pass through. So if what it means is that it will apply your transformation on the numeric features which you have mentioned before and categorical features which you have mentioned before, but rest of the data will be passed through as it is. So I will run this. Now, what you have to do, you have to do a fit and transform in this. So this is your pre-process pipeline, and this is where you want to store your pre-process data. So xtrain underscore pre-process will be store your process data from the features that from the dataset from X. So you have to do pre-process pipeline that we have done here, and after that we will do fit underscore transform on the X. So once you run it and once you see it will be, once you see here, see it will be get pre-processed according to it. So you can see all the variables here. So if you can see, if you do shape here, you can see it has all the 18 variables. But if you remove this thing, so in this case, only the variables that are mentioned in the numeric features and categorical features they only get stored in your xtrain process. So see, there is basically 10 features here. So as I told you that there will be around 10 variables has been generated with this process. So these variables have the two variables, which is age and fair, where we have applied the imputation and then the scaling, and then the rest of the variables will be the one hot encoded variables from the categorical features. So completely it will take maybe it so completely it is basically 10 variables. So if you can see here it has two variables for numerical, and then rest are basically one hot encoded variable. So if you want to if you want to get the complete data set apart from the transformation variable, then you have to do remainder is equal to pass through. Otherwise, you can remove the remainder. So only the variable that you have selected will become the part of your X-train processed. Now, the second thing is that what happens when you want to apply a function. For example, np.log. There is a math.square root function you want to apply. In those functions, there is no fit underscore transform. So in in general sense also, you don't do fit underscore transform. You basically just uh, you you basically you basically do just you give the function, and inside that you mention the column name, and that's how you do it. So what happens when you want to do all those things here? So in that case, you have to use the function transformer. You have to mention the function transformer. So for example, when you are creating pipeline, for example, I'm creating a continuous pipeline here. I am mention the pipeline as before. I'm giving what is the first method here is basically a method, simple imputer, which basically use the fit underscore transform. But this method, like where I'm using log, it does not uses that. So you have to mention function transformer before that. So you have to mention the function and transformer, and in bracket you have to mention the function that you want to apply to the column. So it's basically what this pipeline does is that it basically apply first this imputer with fit underscore transform, and after that it basically takes the log of the column. So in the same way, we are just mentioning here our preprocess pipeline. Same, you have to do column transformation, and then within parenthesis and inside the list, you have to mention the all the pipelines that you have created. So here I have given only one pipeline, continuous pipeline. Otherwise, you can mention here your categorical pipeline also that we have before. So it's taken then. So I will just run it, and then you have to do fit underscore transform. And as you can see here, so it is imputation has been done and two column has been generated because I have provided only the numeric feature, and these are the basically log of those two column. So I hope um, you have you have enjoyed my tutorial. I will keep coming with all those tutorials. So if you have if you liked it, so then please subscribe my channel and at least like this particular video. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching.